Well, it is the debate pitting generation against generation.
Ooh.
Are Gen Z workers lazy or are they simply changing the work culture?
Lazy. A new survey has found 60% of US bosses have fired their Gen Z workers, complaining that the younger generation wanted to leave early, start late and expected to be paid a fortune. Sound familiar? Well, now bosses in Australia have the same problem. To hear out both sides of the debate, let's bring in Gen Z entrepreneur and chef Morgan Hipworth in Melbourne and advertising executive Dee Madigan. Morning, guys. Nice to see you.
Good morning to you,
Dee,
both.
Gen Z, what do you think?
Look, I've got 3 in my office and 3 Gen Zs, teenagers, who all have jobs as well. They're not bad, they're different. That's all. Like, they're growing up in a world where they're probably not going to buy a house, ever going to be able to afford it. They've gone through COVID. I think they've just got a bigger sense of YOLO than we did. And that's not a bad thing. It's just different. So I think older bosses are like, no, I worked a horrible job all my life. You should too. And the kids are saying, no.
So it's just a different approach to life.
It is a different approach to life, and it's probably healthier, I think, as well.
Haven't they just grown up privileged?
No, they've grown up prioritising things like mental health and physical health. We were like, show up even if you're dying inside, and they're like, no.
Yeah. Well, somebody bucking that trend, is you, Morgan. At 23, you have 2 bakeries and a restaurant. I remember when you started, you were just a young tucker cooking donuts in the kitchen, the family kitchen. I mean, you have got a very strong work ethic.
Yeah, look, it's definitely come a long way, all those many years ago. But I think the work ethic comes back to finding a passion, and that's no different for any other Gen Z worker. And I think that's why, some of this trend may have happened. Maybe this work wasn't their passion and it's not something that they really wanted to do for the rest of their life. And I think that's where it comes back to. If someone finds a job they love, they'll put in their all. And if it's something that they don't really love, I think my generation nowadays are just more inclined to be like, look, this isn't for me. I'm not going to give my all and I'll find something else that is.
How many do you hire?
We've got about 40 staff now. Right now we've got about 10, I would say, is Gen Z. And as Dee said, that's a mix. We've got some absolutely amazing ones. And then of course there's some average ones, but that's no different than your older generation of workforce. For me, it's the ones that are passionate, especially in the baking industry, who are willing to put in the work and do the hard yards that will come out the other end of their, say, apprenticeship or something like that. Whereas the ones that, are a bit disinterested, you sort of give them that move on.
I mean, I think Morgan's right in the sense that it hasn't changed over the generations, has it? I mean, who doesn't prefer to go out on a, Friday night and then rock up a bit hungover on a Saturday morning? It's happened to all of us, hasn't it?
Or a Monday night.
Yeah, well, it was funny. Yesterday, my 14-year-old was going to work and she was looking a bit miserable. And I said, aren't you looking forward to work? And she looked at me and she goes, I'm on minimum wage and the customers yell at me, so no. And you go, what? Fair point. Fair point.
So, Morgan, what advice would you have to any bosses out there? And it's really hurting my neck.
To look that way.
I'm so
he's
old.
not
You're not Gen Z. Turn your body, turn the whole body. There we go.
Jen
There we
almost
go.
dead.
Oh, I just lost control. No, it's an older thing. Everyone at home knows
That
what I mean.
old? Come on.
What advice would you say to other bosses out there in handling this group?
Look, I think you do need to be a bit more flexible. Coming out of the years of COVID, things like working from home would have never been thought to be possible. But, you need to look after the amazing talent that makes a business and makes teamwork successful. So, look after them if they need some things. And I think this goes for not just younger people, but also the older generation. If it means working from home 1 or 2 days a week and you still get the result that works for both people, maybe that's for the best of the company and for the entire business.
Although, could I say to Gen Z on that, be careful.
Turn this way, Carl.
Yeah.
Turn your whole body.
You need one of those recliners, those swivel chairs. I would say to Gen Z, though, be careful of the working from home thing, because what that means is you're not picking up the skills from older workers that's almost by osmosis when you're in the office.
True.
So if you're working from home, your skill set will just stay the same. And when those bosses are looking to promote someone, they're going to promote from people they see. So, careful about the working from home.
Really interesting
Good
debate.
advice, from both of you. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh, my goodness. Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?